Guys, welcome back to episode 2 of The Forbidden. So, in between episodes, Tom built an iron farm while I was gathering stuff for this episode. So, we have a lot of iron. I'll show you the iron farm in a minute. But in this episode, we will be doing the garden. So, this is all just planning down here at the moment. But, I've gathered the stuff for the garden. But we're just going to go out there now. And we're going to do a little bit of planning and stuff of where we're going to put things and stuff, because I want there to be quite a few things. But what we're going to do is we're going to use cherry because it's like the most vibrant wood colour that we have, and we need a bit more cherry. Okay, cherry here. Okay, so if I just make a little bit of cherry planks. Come on, why is my thing not doing over there? Okay, so just a few cherry planks. That's more than a few, but still. Okay, so let's go out. So I want like a wood workshop and like a few greenhouse kind of things. But if we just start here, I want there to be a greenhouse connected to the house. So this is going to stick out like this, and then I think it's going to stick out 2 more here, and then on the end. It's going to come around this bit a bit, then it's going to come down here. I want it to like round out over here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it round out, because I might just go for like a box on the end, so like this. So if we bring this down as well, so then this like meets up here like this, because this is quite large. Okay, so that's going to be like that, and then there's going to be a pond down there, but I've terraformed all of this. The other thing we're going to have to do today is we're going to have to put the walls in and move the sheep and the cows, because they're not in the best spot in the floor. So I want there to be like a wood workshop connected to the house right here. So this will probably stick out like this. Probably stick out quite far. Then it will go back a little bit. So this is going to be where we have like the storage room for the woods and stuff. So saplings and then just logs and planks and stuff. So that will go in there. And that's quite big as well. Yeah, that's pretty large. And down this corner, I'm not sure if I'm going to raise this up a bit, because it goes down quite steep. I want there to be a little mill, but I don't think I'm going to put that in yet. Now up here, so this is the bit where I want like our farming that's on the ground to be. So I'm going to put a polytunnel in like there. And for the people that don't know what a polytunnel is, it's basically the plastic version of, well, yeah, even more plastic version of a greenhouse. So it's like rounded over, and it's like plastic tarps with like metal poles holding it up. But these are going to be polytunnel looking kind of things. They probably won't be exactly right, but I'm going to do my best with them. So that's going to stick out to, maybe I might make this one a bit longer and a bit larger on the inside. So yeah, and then like it's not very big on the inside, so that's going to come back like this. I'm not sure if I need another one here. I might put a shed, because if we have the gate's going to be there, so I'm going to put a shed kind of thing here. So this is like potting shed, I don't know, whatever you want to do in here. Go in there. What else do we need? I want to put a little building in the back corner back there, but I might put just like a few more little sheds in on this wall. Oh, little fox asleep in the gap. Okay, so let's put another shed here. So that's another shed. And then I think the rest of this will just be like bits and bobs. I want to have like a lodge kind of thing in the back here, like a hunting lodge. But I'm not sure how big that should be. But if I just go like, it'll probably be like buff, buff, buff. Ooh, and a chicken coop. That'll probably be the only farm that's like outside, because it's not going to be like a cooked chicken farm. It's not going to be that high tech, it's just going to be for eggs. So that's going to go like that there. And then I think the rest of this is just going to be like trees, some hedges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start placing all of the walls in, and then we can start actually working on stuff. So I'll just do that. Started making the wool farm because I needed to move the sheep, but all the sheep had died, which we didn't realise when we started making it. So we had to go get more sheep. But this is the wool farm. The link to the tutorial will be in the description, and if we build any other farms, they will also be, and the iron farm tutorial will also be there because we built that. But yeah, this is, so we're going to get space for 2 of each colour of sheep, and I'll show you when it's done, and I'll also decorate it. Testing. Guys, so we're going to be working on the front garden. So I think around the drive, I want there to be like a bit of, so like a curb kind of. So there's going to be here though, there's going to be a drive going up there, which is also going to go over there. So probably going to skip that whole bit and then just continue over here. So this comes along like this, and then over here it'll go like this, and then there's going to be a drive up there which will probably go like that, and then this can just continue along here. So just the polished tuff. I might mix in some normal tuff as well, although I kind of think the polished tuff looks alright by itself. So let's put in a bit of normal tuff. That looks pretty good. So what we're just going to work on this little section together, and then I'll probably fill the rest out by myself. So that goes like that. Get these like this. Buff, buff, buff. Because that looks like cracked ones of these slab things. So I'm going to use the mangrove leaves from the trees that we got last episode. So just like a few of these in the back, because I think these work really well with this biome. So I'll also place these like this, and then I'll get some in there like that, and then some ferns. That looks pretty good, but then I'm also thinking maybe some dead bushes. Like, they'll kind of work, probably. Dead bush. Yeah, that looks really good, but I'm gonna get some vines going up the house made of the mangrove leaves. So if I get, say, this going up like that. Does that look alright? Oh, a creeper built up here, by the way. This is the sheep pen for the wool farm. That looks alright. I might mess with that a bit. I'm not really sure. Probably make it like this corner's pretty good for having vines in. Yep, so that works there. This corner, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do in these corners, but I'll probably just repeat what we've got. So I'll fill out this drive, and then we're going to work around this direction all the way around the garden. So I'll just fill in the drive and then I'll be back, and like I'll make these drives and stuff as well. Okay, so this is I've put the drives in and stuff. So this is this bit, but I'll put into it the drives. So this is going to be the horse stable, like the large outer stable, but this is the outline, and I'm thinking it goes this tall there, and then the back will be where it's taller. But so that'll be like that and stuff. And then I'm thinking on the inside, instead of having like walls, we just go for like beams supporting the roof. So that works. Okay, well, I probably shouldn't have come down here. No! Okay. Parkour. Boom. Okay. So, yeah. And then we'll get stable, 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 stable. So there'll be like 4 stables in here. So if I just build up the walls, and then I can show you what, like, the building will look like. And then there's going to be like a little tiny paddock here for them to go in as well. So I'll build up these walls and strip down the logs. And then I'll show you the final product. Well, not the final product. We'll do some detailing together on the inside. But the walls are not very fun. So I'll do those, and I'll also put the roof on, because no one wants to see that. Okay, so I've just been doing the dyes. So the sheep farm is almost finished. Tom just has to put the shearing things on the back. But we got all the colours, which took me ages because I couldn't figure out which ones I was missing, and I was missing yellow, but I thought I'd done it. So we got every single colour of sheep, and we got 2 of them, so we have lots of dye. And in this one we already have a stack and 18 of brown wool, because that was the first sheep we put in. But yeah, it's thunderstorm right now, so I'm going to go to bed, and then we're going to start working on the interior of the stable, and then we'll start. Then we can after that. Oh, it's not thunderstorm, but I need to get my tools because I put them all away because I had to go kill squid. Okay, so we need. What we're going to have to do is decorate the interior of there. Then by myself, I'm going to get stuff. No, where did I put all the things? I'm going to get the things to make the next one, and I'm going to build it, because otherwise this is going to be quite a long episode, and it's just going to be boring stuff. Where did I put all my stuff? Where's it all gone? And Tom, did I say? Yeah, Tom's also made a skeleton farm, so I'll have to show you that as well. Okay, my stuff. Where did I put it? What? Where on earth did I put all of my stuff? Well, I'll have to find that. But yeah, then we'll start decorating the stables and just doing other stuff. Okay, so I'm out here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take out some of these and replace them with planks for just a bit of texture at first, and then we'll just like continue adding texture in, because that just looks like a repair of some kind. And you can have these, if you're going to like do this, you can have them kind of like that, because then, I don't know, a horse maybe's like broken a hole in it or something. But another way to add texture as well would be just in a few places. If I just break in holes where we're going to put stuff, because we don't want it just all to be the same thing. That can probably stay the same because it's like a support. But yeah, so all of these are going to be holes, but like in that one I can put stairs in there, stairs. But yeah, see, because the stairs look like a plank's fallen out or something. So the plank works pretty well, and then also over the top I did bring signs with they're here. You just put some signs. So that works as well, because the signs just look like loose planks or something. Loose boards, and I'll just do the rest by myself. Now on the inside, so if I just get spruce fences, so the spruce fences are going to be the borders of the things. So this is going to be the side of a stable, so we're going to get spruce fences in here, and I think they're just going to be two tall, and then have the one sticking up on the side. So this bit here, this is going to be like a storage area here. So you got saddles, and that can go in this little bit. I should have kept. I don't need that or that right now. like you get that on the end there. Lantern, put some lanterns in as well. So that works. We'll get some different kind of ground in, maybe some cobble and some fallen leaves. So it's got some detail on the floor. But for that bit there, and then we could also just put some barrels up in the roof, because that works quite well. And then there can go like that, that can go like that. So that's all working. So obviously all the stables will be the same fence wise, just these two bits. So these are going to be like, we have 3 small stables and 1 big stable, so there's 3 of us living here. They all have a little stable each. Like, we can have as many horses as we want in the stable. We'll probably both all have like 2 at most, I would say. And then there'll be like just like spare storage for horses. So that goes like that, and then I think maybe in the corner of some of these we'll get a lantern, and then maybe in this one I'll have it hanging from the ceiling. Some of them like that. That works quite good on this wall especially, because yeah, I need to get rid of the dirt. Although, yeah, the dirt kind of works. So this, just the same as the other things. Whoops. So just get that going like that. So doors are only 2 wide, because the horses are going to be too wide. And I'm not sure if we just go, I think maybe just along the bottom is fine. So that all works like that. And then I just need some more little details back here. Put this like this. And then I'm thinking maybe if I go like buff buff, well that also just doesn't work. But kind of like that there, and then this one can be the odd one out. See, that works alright. So if I'm just going to add in stuff like this now, and a few more details, but we're going to go over everything that I've done at the end of this video as well. So, horse stable, pretty good. Needs a bit more work because we have to add this outside paddock as well, but we'll do that in a minute. Door 2 wide, so that goes up to there. So yeah, like if there's a slow horses, obviously we're not going to keep, because there's no point in keeping a horse that just doesn't work. Well, doesn't work well. Probably needs a lantern back here and here, I would say. But we can also just put some like hay in this room as well. But yeah, so that's the outside, that's the inside of the horse stable. It'll probably get more and more detailed over time. But now I'm going to do the woodwork shed, and I'll just build that by myself, and I'll show you what it looks like. But we're going to get the driveway coming through here, and then I'm going to have a path coming off it that goes around. We're going to put another fence in probably here, to where that block is, I think. But yeah, so things are going good right now. But I'm just gonna get as load done on that bit, and like down the side, because down the side is there's not going to be many buildings. I might build a chicken coop, and I'll do that with you, because I'm going to use hoppers and stuff. So I'll just show you how I do that. I've worked on all of this, and these are my 2 trees. I'm not really sure about them. They need a bit more like branches and stuff, but I'm not sure what to use. I'm going to put like a big tree over here where all the acacia planks are. That's where there's going to be trees. But I have to move this because there's a window there and there's that window there, so this is going to have to be like, I don't know, move somewhere else, maybe further back. I'm not sure. This is just a tree growing area for now. But what we're going to do is we're going to go work on the other side with where I'm putting the polytunnels. So if we go work over there together. But I think for the rest of this, I'm just gonna build it, and then I'll show you next episode. But the last thing we're gonna do today is work on this polytunnels. So if I just get rid of all rubbish that I've got with me right now, so this can go away in here. Buff, 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 buff. And I need my food though. Okay, so for the polytunnels, I want diorite walls. So that's my diorite walls. Then obviously I need some diorite. Yeah, so diorite walls there. A stack of those. I need a stack of the glass panes. We're really running low on these. Everyone's been using them. But if I just get a bit more, because I need some slabs, some stairs and some blocks. So if I throw that in there, I'm going to get half a stack of slabs. And then for the rest, I think I'm just going to turn it to stairs. And I think that's everything I need. But we'll just work on one polytunnel, and I just want to get that little area finished. But then the rest of it is just going to be a few boring bits and bobs, but I'll just show me doing that next episode. Now this isn't going to be a very long video today. It's quite short. But yeah, I can't really help that today. So it's just going to be diorite. So the corners are going to be solid diorite blocks, I think, and then also like around the door. So that's going to be like that, and so are the other ones. And then this is going to be like buff. Yeah, and then so this is going to be all stairs. So if I just get that done. Okay, so I've done a bit more than what I was meant to do. But yeah, so this is kind of just like a greenhouse. And I think I might swap out some of this for when we get pale oak. No! Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so what we're going to do here is I think we're going to have to get some blocks for that bit. But then this is just, I'm just going to slab across this bit, so like this. And then when we have glass in those bits, it's going to stick up a bit. But I think it'll look alright. But if I go get those glass blocks now, see there's a hole here we can just go through. Yeah, that's another thing. Next episode, we're going to patch up all of these holes. Everything next episode. We're going to try and finish off the entire house, basically. And get some stuff done in the basement. So we need some glass blocks. Okay, well, I'll take that and I'll take that. And I'll get some light grey dye from the flower box. Because we have loads. And I need the crafting table for this. So, okay, 54 is enough. 58 even. So, can I still get out of there? No. But yeah. So this is the wool farm, by the way. So this is the reloading system here. The link into the description will be there. That sends off the mine carts and stuff. But yeah, it all works. So we have a bit of wool. The grass isn't growing, so obviously it's not bright enough. But I'm going to decorate that so it has more light, so the grass grows. But I'm not sure why it's not growing, because it has grown before, but it's not growing now. So I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on there really. But so the glass is going to come across here, just like this, I think, and then it will stick up in the middle here. Yep. And then it will come across here as well. So I'm going to do 2 of these, There's going to be a potting shed as well in this back bit. We need another bit there. But so there's going to be this one. I don't think I'm going to put a door on it, and I might need to change some bits. This is going to be a shed, and then there's a shed there, there's a shed there. But we're just going to work on this just like area here for now. So I need to go get some more materials, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the stuff, and what we're going to do is we are going to, if I just get rid of the stuff I've got on me, if I get this stuff, and I need one more spot. No, I probably need that. Okay, yeah, so if I get this, what we're going to do is we're going to put just like a little wall in here. So that's going to come along like this. We get slab on there, stair, slab, like that. So just like a little bit like that. There'll be a little bit of farm down there. And then our other wall is going to come across from here. Like this. Gate's going to be there. Okay, so yeah, this wall's going to come across here. Like this. It's going to come across like that. It's going to stagger back. So it'll come back to there. Going to get bits of mossy cobble in. Probably be like 2 blocks tall where it's tallest. So it comes across like that. This is going to be where the gate is. So like that, like that. And then the rest of this is mainly just going to be like bits of slab and stuff. So slabs, slab, some stairs dotted about, slab, 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 slab. So that's decent. And just imagine where that pink bit is. There's another one of these, of those greenhouse things. And then if the next bit of this comes across here like this, and it's just going to like stick out a bit. Obviously slabs, get some of these in. That's all good. I think this tree, if I build the tree, I'll probably end up putting it there. But I'm going to do all that off camera because there's so many trees and just so many things I have to do. But this bit down here is going to be just like a pumpkin patch. And the other thing I need for the pumpkin patch is I need leaves. So let's drop down here and get some leaves. Because I put them in this box. No, I didn't. Where did I put all my leaves? I put them somewhere. But the other thing Tom has built recently is Tom's built a... Where on earth are the leaves? What? Oh, I know where they are. They're down here. Yeah, Tom's built skeleton farm, so I'll have to show you the skeleton farm and the iron farm in a second before I end this video. But so if I just go, we'll just do this bit here, and then I'll probably walk you through this stuff more at the start of the next video because I'll have built everything then, and we'll do a proper run through. Okay, so for the melons we need, not melons, for the pumpkins we need them on us. So get pumpkin there, pumpkin there, pumpkin there, pumpkin there, pumpkin there, pumpkin there. Pumpkin cannot go here because this is where the tree is. Pumpkin there, pumpkin there. Okay, so like around them you get like leaves and stuff because like pumpkin plants have like a lot of vegetation. They're not just like little pumpkins with like a little stalk. They've got loads of leaves and bits around them, so that's just going to go like that. Stuff around here. And I'll get like bits of vegetation. I will probably add like a little path in the middle of here. that's our little pumpkin patch. I'll probably put some different kinds of leaves in, but now I'm just going to go show you the 2 different farms, because yeah, this isn't the longest video, but it's just I've not had much time to record at the moment, so I'll just show you those. Okay, so Tom made this as well. So this is just a lovely little minecart thing that goes all the way down. When it goes up, we'll probably need a few more powered rails because it is a bit bad. But next video, you're going to actually be able to hear those guys, because obviously until now you haven't been able to hear them. But soon you will. So, a lovely little farm, skeleton sign to the skeleton farm. So if we just go, this one definitely needs some, so I'll just go along here because this is really slow. Okay, so this is it here. So there was a skeleton spawner through there, and then this is just a nice little skeleton bit. So collects all the stuff in there. Tom did go AFK. It's pretty quick, but it takes a little bit of time to get running. So yeah, it's just a nice little bit here, and look, you've got 2 skeletons already. So this is the skeleton farm, which we're just using for XP really at the moment. And then I'll go show you the iron farm, and I do recommend these, and all of the tutorials will be in the description for you. So if you want to build them yourselves, you can do that. We probably could have done it ourselves because we kind of know what we're doing, but it's just to make sure it does. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, according to Tom, it's an easy tutorial, and hopefully you can build it yourself. But yeah, it's pretty fast going back along here. But if I just show you this one, for going up, this is really bad. See, it starts off quite fast, and then you get to about here-ish. So I think Tom started running out of powered rails, because in a minute it starts really not, it seems like it's going to fall back down. He might have fixed it actually. It's not as bad as it was. It still needs a few more. But yeah, so that's that, and then we'll just go over to the iron farm right now. Okay, so yeah, this is the iron farm over here. So it's in the middle of the sea, and it's quite fast. I wouldn't say it's slow, but we probably could have made a more efficient one, because sometimes it does try and spawn in cats, which isn't good. But yeah, it's just in the middle of the sea. We need to make a proper dock. The village was over there, but we're going to take 2 villages from here, and we're probably going to build a different iron farm somewhere else. But there's loads of cats just everywhere here. And then there's this like messed up lovely bit with that. Okay, so yeah, this is it up here. Now Tom has been doing fishing while he's here. Not sure if he's gone up AFK here recently. He must have, because there's loads of iron, there's loads of poppies, but he's taken that. So the tutorial for this will also be in the description. It's very efficient. But yeah, that was today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you probably in 2 weeks from now. It might be a bit longer, because I'm going to record a bit of the single player series. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, because it does help. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.